Hey, what's up, guys? So I just wanted to go live and answer some questions that you might have. Amazon, eBay, whatever, what have you. Hey, how's it going, my new treasures? How are you doing? Kalish Man, or Kyle, sorry. How's it going? Sherry, how are you? So I'm just doing this to answer Frank. How's it going? I'm just doing this to answer any questions you guys might have about Amazon, eBay, or what have you. So if you have any questions, post them up, and I'm happy to answer them. um, well, since nobody's asking any questions right now, I'll go ahead and kind of tell you guys what I've been up to. So I've had a lot going on lately. My wife's grandma was in the hospital for a while, and we had to deal with that. But anyway, other than that, as far as Amazon's going, I've been doing a lot of shoes. Been buying a lot of shoes. Hey, Geeky Mommy, how are you? Frank Frank asks, I saw you did a lot of groceries. Yeah, I do a lot of groceries. I mean, if you have any questions about that, let me know. My New Treasures asks, are most of your listings on eBay and Amazon retail arbitrage, dropship, or online arbitrage? The majority of mine are retail arbitrage and dropship. A big majority of my retail arbitrage are shoes. Now that's for Amazon. eBay, I cross list my items also from Amazon to eBay. That way, if I have FBA items on Amazon, they'll also, hold on, I'm going to turn this real quick so we'll have a better video whenever I post it. Or if that works, never mind. Anyway, so I post a lot of my FBA items, and if you guys didn't know this, it's a good tip here. You can use Amazon as a fulfillment service. Let's say you have, I don't know, 20 of this one shoe at Amazon, and you cross list it to eBay. If it sells on eBay, all you have to do is go into Amazon, hit create a fulfillment order, and then you just type in the person's address and everything, and you can even do expedited shipping and everything straight from Amazon right there. And it's an awesome service because Amazon ships pretty quickly, and you don't have to really touch the inventory either. Alright, so there's a few questions on here. To kind of follow up some more with your question about dropship, online arbitrage, I do have some online arbitrage on there, and I do have some retail arbitrage that's not shoes on Amazon. Frank asks, how do you source groceries just going up and down the aisles? Yeah, that's how I started out, honestly, is I went up and down the aisles, scanned everything, like literally everything. Now I will give you guys a good tip though. I've noticed in my years of sourcing that some things that really sell well are tea and coffee. People, I think it has something to do with, well, people love tea and coffee. Literally probably 90% of people in the world drink some type of tea or coffee or some type of other drink, and people will pay some good money for good coffee and good tea. It's kind of like almost like wine. Wine people will pay a lot of money for, and it's the same thing for coffee and tea. I like to compare coffee and tea with wine. Now, some people may not agree with me, but that's fine. Frank asks, I find random stuff at full price. Is that what you are finding, or you look for sales or smaller niche stores? Good question. So some of the stuff is full price. I mean, you wouldn't believe it, but it's true. A lot of the stuff is full price. Now, sales and smaller niche stores are good ways to get into it also. But yeah, those are all good. But you can find stuff at full price and still sell it. My new treasure says, wow. Hey, what's going on, D-Bay? John Miller, how are you? Geeky Mommy asks, I would love for you to do a video about how you cross-list on Amazon and eBay that you were just talking. Yeah, I can do that for sure. Now, one thing about that is you can do that, but you have to be careful unless you're using a service, and there's a few different services, and I can actually make a video about that, and I can actually put that in my bio too. There's a service that I use called JoeLister, and I use that to cross-list my items, and one of the great things about it is it updates the quantities and everything straight from Amazon to eBay. But JoeLister, that's a great one, and that's a good video idea. I think I'll do that. Geeky Mommy asks, where do you buy shoes? I buy shoes at stores like Shoe Carnival. I love Shoe Carnival. It's my favorite one because they do it's right now, and most of the time they have a sale going on that's buy one get one half off. And one of the great things about them, well, if you break that down, that's 20. I mean, if you do the math, that's 25% off of each pair of shoes. Now, one of the great things about them is I am a veteran, so they give me a military discount, so I get an extra 10% off. So that's 30% off per pair of shoes, which is really, really great. And another, that's just my favorite store is Shoe Carnival because they always have really good sales, like constantly going on. Another store that I go to is Academy. And now I know everybody in the US doesn't have Academy, but if you do, a lot of times, and well, this is a couple months ago, but they had an awesome clearance, and I bought so many shoes. But they usually have decent prices, and they have a few sales, not nearly as many as Shoe Carnival. Another one that I don't have near me, that somebody told me about, and they found all kinds of shoes the other day, was well, another one that I go to is Shoe Department, or in some places it's called Shoe Show. That's another good one. And even if you can't sell Nikes or Adidas or Under Armour on Amazon, you can sell them on eBay all day long. I know there's a couple of, I can't remember his name, but there's a couple of different Instagrammers who that's all they do full time is sell shoes on eBay. They don't even sell on Amazon at all. So don't get discouraged if you can't sell the major brands on Amazon. But you can start selling on Amazon and eventually get approved to sell Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, all on Amazon. But that's a good question, Geeky Mommy. Those are my favorite stores. I don't really, and the reason those are my favorite stores is because they put the boxes on the shelves. I love that, because another good tip if you're going to be buying shoes, at least for Amazon, is each size will have a different price. So you literally have to scan every size whenever you're looking at shoes for Amazon. but they have the boxes. That's just great. And I don't like what is it? Any of the shoe stores that just have the shoe out there, and then they have to go get the box for you, because it's just a pain. It's a super pain, and they kind of look at you like, why do you want all of these sizes? But anyway, okay, so let's get into some other questions here. I can answer some more questions if you have more shoe questions also. Frank says Joe Lister is a good cross-listing and automated the fulfillment. That, I forgot about that, Frank. That is so true. It's automatic fulfillment. Like, once they place the order, Joe Lister go ahead and fills in all the information for the fulfillment order. You don't have to do anything. It's a little pricey though. It is. I think I can't tell you the lowest one. I think it was like $49 a month. But if you have a decent amount of listings, it's definitely worth it. But I had like the 500 listing one. It was $99 a month. But yeah, it's good. Kyle asks, how do you get approved to sell food, shoes, and other closed gated items? Any tips for getting approved faster? Shoes, I think I covered this a little bit maybe, but shoes, like Nike, you can be approved to sell in shoes automatically pretty much. But the major brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, those things, there is no set thing on Amazon that tells you like, hey, here's how to get approved on selling Nike and so on and so forth. But from what I've seen for people who've got approved, and myself, I've gotten approved, is that you have to apply to not just shoes but different brands that are gated. You have to have at least 6 months. Alright, first off, you have to have at least 6 months of selling history. You have to apply to different brands, and not just in shoes, but I mean anything. Different brands. And then also what you have to do is so apply to the different brands, 6 months selling history, apply to the different brands, and then I think it's around, from what I've kind of seen, it looks like around 30 to 50,000 in sales, they'll start approving you for different gated brands and stuff. So but for food and stuff, the best option is you're gonna have to probably get your business license or your tax ID. Then what you'll do is you'll go to a place like Kehe, KEHE.com, buy a few items wholesale, get some invoices, and then hit apply on Amazon. Sorry guys, I got a call there for a second. Alright, so as far as food, go to Kehe.com, get invoices, buy some stuff from them, get some invoices, go to Amazon, to the grocery category, hit apply, and then once you do that, you send those invoices in to them, and they'll usually just approve you. You may have to go through a couple of hoops or whatever. They may ask for some more information, blah blah blah, but do that, and then you should get approved for selling food. Other closed items, what I tell everybody to do before you even go buy anything, as far as trying to get approved for gated items, go through the list for all the gated categories there's a list of gated categories, and you can hit approve, or you can hit apply. Go through and hit apply on every single one of those. Some of those you just have to fill in a little bit of information. They don't even ask for invoices. You just fill in information about your business, and you'll get auto approved. Some of them they'll ask for invoices. If that's the case, then it's gated. Then you have to get wholesale invoices from places before they'll let you sell. But like I said, go through there, hit apply on every single one. When they ask for information, just fill it in. If they ask for invoices, then you're going to have to get invoices. But that's my tips on getting approved in gated categories. And it helps if you have more than 6 months of selling history. Alright, Frank asks, when you scan shoes, does it show the parent rank or the child rank for that size? Not sure how it works. I want to get into it soon. So what it does is it's going to show you, I'm almost certain it shows you the parent rank. Now, my suggestion from what I've seen is I try to stay under 50,000 in shoes. Those tend to sell, if you stay under 50,000, it's going to sell fairly quickly, usually within a month normally. But here's one thing about that though. You have to have I usually try to stay under 20 variations on a shoe, unless I know that it's going to be a good selling shoe. If it has a super low rank, let's say under 5,000, you can almost buy any variation and it's going to be good. Even if it has 40 variations, but usually if it has that many, if it's that low in rank, then it's going to be good. Now, another tip for buying shoes is, and this is the same with eBay too, not just Amazon, because you know a lot of certain shoes have tons of different colors, like tons and tons of colors. So stick with the best colors. I mean, the ones that everybody buy, and most of you should know this. Gray, everybody buys gray. Everybody buys black. Everybody buys white. Now, you can look at it and say, I mean, sometimes there'll be different variations of gray, different variations of black, different variations of white. Just look at the ones, see which ones look the best. But anything that's like real wild colors, sometimes it can be good, but most of the time I try to kind of stay away from those. But that's just a good tip on buying shoes there. eBay asks, combine with discount cards and you'll save more. Yeah, that's true. Another good site is Raise.com. You can buy discounted gift cards and you can save more, especially if you're buying in bulk. Hey everyone who just joined, BobTech, Dream Century Store. Frank asks, what kind of ranks do you like and how high will you go when you're feeling like taking a risk? So I kind of went over that a little bit, the ranks. I try to stay under 50,000 normally. If I can make a really good profit, I mean really good profit, more than like $60–70, I'll go as high as 100,000. Because then I can sit on it and then it will finally sell and I'll make that good profit. So no, hey Frank, I love the questions. I really appreciate it. Honestly, most people who get on here don't ask questions. I'm not hating on you guys, but I love the questions because I like talking about this stuff and I like helping people. So question away. Hey, there's been a lot of people who just joined. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hey, so we're talking about, if you're just joining, we're talking about Amazon and eBay, or any other e-commerce business, e-commerce platform. If you have any questions, I've sold on the majority of them, so feel free to ask. Run Your Face Off asks, do you need a business license and a tax license? It depends. If you're buying retail, not really. Even if you're just an Amazon seller and you're selling under 20,000, then no, you don't really need any of that, because they don't even report it to the IRS. But hey, don't quote me on these tax questions. I don't want to be held responsible for you guys. And I wouldn't, but still. Yeah, do your research. Do your research. But no, you don't need unless you're buying wholesale, you don't really need a business license or a tax license. But if you're trying to get ungated in categories, yeah, I haven't found a wholesale company yet that doesn't ask for either a business license or a tax ID number. And tax ID numbers are super simple to get. You can just sign up as a sole proprietor in the beginning. Go to irs.gov, type in EIN, and go through the steps. I mean, it literally takes like 10 minutes, and you'll have your EIN number right there, and that's your tax ID that a lot of wholesalers ask for. Good questions. How many years have you been doing this? How did you first? So I started out, I heard a podcast about this, about retail arbitrage, going into Target, Walmart, so on and so forth, and buying items using an app and then reselling them on Amazon. And that was in 2013. I started out and I had an okay year. I didn't really know how to scale it that well. I did like 30,000 the first year, but not. I guess I just didn't manage it well. I don't know what happened to my profit, but anyway. And then I kind of went into 2014, and then I just kind of tapered off and didn't do anything. 2015, I didn't do anything at all. 2016, I started back up because I knew I was getting out of the military. I needed something to fall back on, and by the end of 2016, it started doing really well. And then I got out of the military in March, and I've been full-time ever since. So the first year, it was pretty good. It was a good experience. That's when I learned everything, because I mean, I literally went through the stores, scanned everything. I learned everything about Amazon in that year. But that's what I suggest that you guys do, is just learn, and that's why I suggest starting out with the books in the beginning, because it's easy and it's cheap. My initial investment amount, I think, was around $1,000, which you could start out with less. You could start out literally with $200, as long as you just keep reinvesting all the profits. But learn in the very beginning. Have you drop shipped? Yes, I drop ship. D-Bay, can you show a pair of Nikes that you've reboxed? I don't have any right now because I'm at my house. They're at the office. Actually, no, I don't have any because I've shipped them all in. But I can do an Instagram post on that. That's actually a really good idea for an Instagram post. I need to write that down. Showing how to rebox a pair of Nikes. A little backstory to that question, because some of you don't know what he's talking about. So I also, in a couple other stores that I go to buy shoes, are Ross, TJ Maxx, and any of those thrift stores like that do that. Marshalls sometimes. But you know, most of those, they just have the shoes sitting out. They don't have boxes or anything, and then they just have like a label on them. So I scan those shoes, find the good ones, and then I buy boxes from Uline, and I just rebox those and put them in there. But if you're going to some places like D-Bay, what he's talking about is some places they. Hold on a second, I gotta take this blanket off of me. Some places, what they do is they have the Nike boxes and the other boxes, and they'll cut the top off of them, and but they'll still have all the Nike stickers and everything on them. And what I do with those is I use a heat gun, and I take the stickers off, the Nike stickers, all the stickers that are on the front of the box, and I take a generic brown box, put the shoes in that box, take the stickers, put them back perfectly on the front, or as perfect as I can, and then I ship them in, and it looks a lot more legit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with reboxing shoes at all. If Amazon or eBay or anybody ever has an issue with it, all you have to do is you're saving your receipts, send them a picture of that receipt, highlight or circle the shoe, and there you go. Hey everybody who just joined. Hey Johnson, my current product research strategy is to look for products with about 800 to 1200 orders on AliExpress. So my question is there a more targeted approach to doing my approach? Now, what you're asking, so everybody gets a backstory on what you're talking about. You're talking about private labeling, I'm guessing, is what it sounds like. So private labeling, what he's doing is he's researching products that are currently selling on Amazon with about 800 to 1200 orders. You can use a couple of plugins, like I use Unicorn Smasher because it's free, and it'll tell you an estimate of how many cells and now use that as an estimate because sometimes they're way off. But anyway, and then what you do is it tells you about an estimate of how many items they're selling, and yeah, that's something that I may make a video on, because that's a lot more in depth and there's a lot more to cover on that. And honestly, I don't have a ton of experience with it. I've sold some private label, but not a ton. But I know exactly what you're talking about because I've done a lot of that. And yeah, that's one for me to make a video on. If no, is there a better way to? My new treasures. Why did you decide to get an office space? Well, it was kind of my father-in-law owns a deer processing, and there was all this extra room in the back, and I mean, I bring in a lot of inventory, so I need to label it, ship it, and all that, and it's free. Free rent. So that's my main reason why I did an office space. And another reason why is because my wife is a stay-at-home mom, and my kids are 3, 1.5, and then I have another one on the way. But I have to have a little bit of space to get away, honestly. Sometimes, I mean, because they can be a distraction. I mean, even if I'm in a separate room or something, because that's the way I used to do it. I'd be in a separate room, and then my daughter would come knock on the door. Hey, daddy, daddy, and I'd get distracted at what I was doing, and yeah, I mean, so those are my main reasons, because I want to stay focused on doing what I'm doing, and I had free rent, so that's me. Tag me in it. Yeah, I'll definitely tag you in that video. I need to write these videos down that I need to make here. Okay, so guys, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Sneaky, hey, like the name. So, interesting thing I read the other day, since nobody's asking any questions. So Jeff Bezos, it was about he and his wife. Jeff Bezos actually, his wife dropped him off at work every day up until like 2013. And you know, even in 2013, he was one of the richest guys in the world. I just find that amazing. Like, I guess they're just, and the way the article made it sound is they're a close-knit family. I thought that was really cool, because I mean, literally, he's the richest guy in the world right now, and he seemed very connected with his family still, and I like that because I'm a family man. But Frank, when do you decide to restock replenishables? How do you keep track? Replenishables, I just kind of watch how it's selling, and on average they're gonna sell. I mean, unless there's like a big holiday or something, they're gonna sell. There's gonna be an average sell rate. And then FBA Life, how are you? There's gonna be an average sell rate, and you can kind of guess how much you're gonna need for that week, and so on and so forth. Steve, hey, how's it going? But if you're coming up on a holiday like Black Friday or something like that, you can pretty much just quadruple your normal order, and that's probably going to be good, or might not be. It just depends. So yeah, Moda, how's it going? Oh, the other, sorry, I'm reminding myself, the other shoe Reeboks video that you guys wanted me to do, or a couple of you, Reeboksing shoes. Alright, so I got the private label research video, the shoe Reeboks video. Hey, throw some ideas out there on some more videos you guys would like to see, because I need some more ideas. I mean, I have plenty, but I want to make this about you guys. I want to answer your questions and show you stuff. If you haven't been on my YouTube, go to my YouTube, Dapper Dan DeVore. I already have a few videos up there, some research videos right now on how I do research on buying products. But if you guys have any ideas, throw them out there, because I need some more ideas. So a little more Amazon news. What do you guys think about the door locks, the Amazon door locks, so Amazon can just drop off packages into your house? I thought that, I mean, I could see how some people could really like that, and some people are very trusting like that. But I'm a little hesitant, honestly. I mean, I'm a little hesitant on letting somebody, I mean, it's not just Amazon, it's the UPS or the FedEx guy. I mean, you never know who that person is, and maybe they are like, hey, they open the door up and they're like, hey, see some nice equipment right there, I'm gonna go grab that real quick. I mean, obviously they probably lose their job, but still, I mean, I'm a little hesitant on doing something like that. But what are your guys' thoughts? Sam, how's it going? Alright, so we got another question. Aceto Grace says, I'm in Latin America. Do you have any tips on shipping for eBay? So are you shipping from, I'm guessing you're shipping from Latin America, correct? I mean, I'm not exactly sure what to tell you with you're shipping from Panama. Okay. I mean, I can't give you a very good answer because I live in America. But I don't know exactly. Hey, FBA Victorious, how are you? I don't know exactly what to tell you because, I mean, like I said, I live in America, and I mean, obviously you're going to have to fill out some type of form whenever you're shipping it into America because of customs. Customs always wants to know what's coming into the country. But as far as shipping, I mean, you can reuse boxes if you have decent boxes. Use newspaper, I mean, if you're just starting out, use anything you have that's not dirty or something like that to I mean, for shipping material. One great tip that I found the other day, you know, and I don't know if you guys have these in Panama, maybe you do, probably not, because you don't have fall there, but anyway, we have the bags that like you can buy at Lowe's and stuff like that, where you stuff the leaves in there. I mean, you can buy like 5 of those and for like $1.50, and that makes excellent packing material. I mean, excellent packing material. You just rip the bags up and crumple it up, and man, it's cheap, excellent packing material. It's awesome. Frank says about my question about Amazon accessing your house to put packages in. It says people didn't want to share their credit card info online either. So true, so true. And now Amazon literally has 300 million people with credit card info online, and that's just Amazon themselves. So that's true. I think I mean, people were very hesitant in the beginning of that, but you might be right. I mean, it may be like, I think probably in the next 5 to 10 years, it'll probably be like a normal thing, honestly. Hadui? Hey, how's it going? FBA Life. You can also get like 1,200 feet of packing paper on Amazon for like $28. True. True. That's a good tip. But I mostly just use mine for shipping to Amazon most of the time, and they really don't care as much. People say they do, but honestly, I've used newspaper and all kinds of other stuff and never gotten any notifications or warnings or anything. So guys, if you have any questions, Amazon, eBay, any type of e-commerce. Oh, hey, so for any of you guys who are selling or want to expand your selling to other platforms, I just found this one called tophatter.com, and they do, it's kind of like a new sort of auction type deal, and it's looking pretty cool. I just listed my first product like 20 minutes ago on there, so check it out. It's it looks like an up and coming new platform, but I kind of like their style. Everything starts out $1, and then you put your price in that you would like to sell it for. If it doesn't reach that, obviously you don't have to sell it. I mean, it's like a new updated version of eBay, but it seems pretty cool. Kyle asks, would you recommend FBA for shoes, food, or anything? Absolutely. I love FBA. Now there are things that are cost prohibitive for FBA, like little trinkets and stuff that only cost like 10 cents. You can probably only sell them for maybe like $3 or $4, and then you would only be making maybe like 5 cents. I mean, it's at that point it's not really worth it unless you're selling millions a month. Then it might be worth it. But yeah, I recommend FBA for everything if the prices can work with it. Kyle asks, and how do you build those costs into your costs for the product? So this kind of goes into things I've covered before, but that's fine, in my videos. So I use an app. There's a couple of different apps. I use Scoutify, but you have to have an Inventory Lab subscription for it to use it, which is great, by the way. Inventory Lab is great. But another one is FBA Scan. Yeah, I think it's 50 free scans in the beginning and then $9.99 a month. But you use that app, you scan the items, and it'll tell you how much the product is worth. And then, oh, hold on a second. Sorry guys, I'm back. My wife brought me some Starbucks. Alright, so like I was saying, you use that app, FBA Scan. You scan the item, it'll tell you how much it's selling for on Amazon, what other sellers are selling it at. You put in how much it costs for you to buy it, and then it'll tell you how much profit you're going to make. And that's when you make a determination right there. Hey, this is worth it, hey, it's not. But that's basically how you build your costs in for the product, because it calculates all the FBA fees and everything in there already. It actually has an option to where you can look at merchant fulfilled, or you can do FBA, fulfillment by Amazon. FBA Life says, my personal preference is to stay at $20 sales or above, just personal preference. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I usually try to stay at, because normally you're gonna make like $5 or more, and that's usually my target for most things, unless they're shoes. I love shoes, but if I'm anything other than shoes, I'm trying to make at least $5 per item on something, because then if it's less than that, it's not really worth it, unless it's a hot selling item that's going to sell a couple hundred a day, and I can buy a massive amount there. But shoes, just to let you guys know, shoes I make normally $30 to $40 profit per pair. Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. I love it. That's why I post so many shoe pictures and everything, because that's mostly what I buy, because the profit is amazing. Please repost this live video, man. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna repost this for sure. I'm probably gonna make it into a podcast episode too. By the way, if you guys haven't listened to my podcast, I have a podcast. Go check it out, Dapper Dan DeVore. It's on Google Play and the podcast, Apple Podcasts. W Fresh, how's it going? Well, guys, I think I'm about to get off of here. If you guys have any more questions, I'm probably going to stay on here for 5 more minutes, maybe. But if you guys have any more questions, feel free to post them. Thanks for running your face off. You're welcome, FBA Victorious. Glad to answer you guys' questions, honestly. If you have any further questions, DM me. I'll answer them. Hit me up on Facebook. I have a Facebook group. I'm actually trying to build it a little bit. It's where I answer questions, but it's Dapper Dan DeVore Facebook group, and yeah, hit me up on there. Hit me up on YouTube, wherever. I'm trying to build this out so I can help you guys even more, because I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I was in a job that I hated, honestly, for a long time, and now I'm full-time doing what I want to do, and it's amazing, and I want to help other people get there, because I know what it's like being in a job that you hate. So really enjoyed. Thanks, my new treasures, I appreciate it. But yeah, hey guys, I love talking to you, and like I said, if you have any questions, hit me up. Thanks for watching, guys.